emoción.
To a grand total of 18 million pounds heading out to the launch pad. The crawler has 8 tracks. Each one of those tracks has 57 cleats each, and each one of those cleats weigh in at 1 ton. There's 2 driver's cabs, one on the left. There's another one on the opposite side on the right. It can only move in one direction, which is forward. So whenever they want to go the opposite direction, they get out of one driver's cab and they hop into the other one. But up ahead on our right is one of 3 mobile launch platforms left over from the shuttle program. That crawler transporter back there would come up underneath this platform. It would raise all 9 million pounds up into the air. It would take it into the vehicle assembly building. They would stack the shuttle on top of this, and about 30 days before launch, they would move it out to the launch pad. Now underneath this mobile launch platform, you're going to see 3 very large holes. The 2 holes that's going to be furthest away from us were for the solid rocket boosters of the shuttle. The 1 hole that's closest to us were for the 3 main engines of the shuttle. That's where all that rocket glass went through to get down into the flame train. Now, unlike the other mobile launch platform you saw back there, this one only has 1 large hole underneath it, and that will accommodate the entire core of the SLS system. Now when this mobile launch platform is completely done, that super crawler back there is going to come up underneath this. It's going to raise it up completely. They're going to move it into high bay number 3 of the vehicle assembly building. They're going to assemble that SLS rocket on top of it. And then about a week before it's ready to launch, they're going to roll it out to launch pad 39B. And the way that it's going to get to 39B is this gravel roadway here on our right. This is what we call the crawler way. It is as wide as an 8-lane highway with a grassy median in the middle. It goes down about 7 feet deep. It's full of various layers of fill, crushed rock, and limestone. But the top 8 to 12 inches of this is Alabama-Tennessee river rock. Now they chose to use this river rock. One is when the crawler transporter goes over this, it crushes it up, gives it a nice smooth ride out to the launch pad. You can actually see the tracks on here from when the crawler's been going over it recently. It would take the crawler transporter 6 to 12 hours to move out to the launch pads from the VAB here. But the most important reason they chose to use this river rock is there's no iron content in this rock, so it does not spark when it comes into contact with metal, which was very important for the mission. When that transporter would be moving the shuttle, those solid rocket boosters were full of fuel, so having it spark would have been catastrophic. You can see high bay doors 1 and 3 on the side of the VAB here. These bays are 456 feet tall, largest doors in the world, and take just about 45 minutes to open and close completely. Now this building right here on our right here with the dark windows, this is the LCC, also known as the Launch Control Center here at Kennedy Space Center. Now on the day of launch, they have anywhere between 200 to 300 engineers inside that building supporting the launch. Just behind that is the orbiter access arm. That's where the astronauts would walk across to get into the shuttle. And then right up here in the front is an M113 armored personnel carrier. They had 4 of those strategically placed around the launch pad on the day of launch as a part of the egress system. And that was a safety mechanism put in place in case something happened at the launch pad and the astronauts needed to get away safely. And that is the launch abort system for the Redstone rocket. And what that would do is it would pull that Mercury capsule off of the Redstone in case there was ever any trouble with it and deposit the astronaut into the Atlantic Ocean.
Mira, pero ¿qué está pasando?